Hey, it's good to be back. This is Moshe, also known as Rabbi Moshe Tom, or on the East Coast, Rabbi Tom. Hey, listen, I got this thing coming up that you might want to know about. You've heard of Mussar, right? Well, in case you haven't, Mussar is a collection of teachings and practices and focus on helping us to become better people. Now, I happen to believe that religion is supposed to serve that purpose. And 2,000 years ago, there were a bunch of rabbis who were also thinking along those lines and writing texts like Pirkei Avot about how to live a good and ethical life. By the medieval period, there were even more teachings on the subject by rabbis like Saadia Gaon, Bavkei ibn Pankuda. But it wasn't until the 19th century when one rabbi in Lithuania, Israel Salanter, turned it into a movement. Since then, Mussar has been pretty well known in the Orthodox community, but about 20 years ago, a secular American dude, Alan Marinas, discovered it in his own search for meaning and started writing about it. His work was extremely well received, and he ended up publishing a few more books on the subject and founded the Mussar Institute, which is now huge. There were others already working with Mussar, like Ira Stone, a conservative rabbi who published a few books on the subject and founded the Center for Contemporary Mussar. There's David Jaffe, an Orthodox rabbi who has brought Mussar to a new generation of social justice activists. And Greg Marcus out here in the Bay Area developed a less traditional version that he calls American Mussar. There are now dozens of rabbis and teachers who are bringing Mussar into the mainstream, which is great. It's got lots of people engaged in the work of self-improvement, from study, small group discussions, journaling, meditating. Like Rabbi Jaffe said, they're all changing the world from the inside out. But here's where I'm going with this. I'm a bit of a Jew-boo. I was one of thousands of baby boomers who discovered their Jewish roots after exploring Eastern religions and psychedelics. I didn't grow up with the traditional Jewish notion of God as a father or king. My spirituality was what I call non-theistic. When I started learning Mussar about 10 years ago, I found that most teachers and teachings were pretty solidly rooted in a traditional theistic framework, and that just wasn't working for me. Then I came to the Coastside, where there are a lot of Jewish folks who are just not very religious. Some of them were acquainted with Mussar and had the same reaction as I did, until I realized that Mussar could be taught and practiced in a way that was God optional. It's like when John Kabat-Zinn created a secular approach to Buddhist meditation back in the 80s that he called mindfulness-based stress reduction. Now, as you know, mindfulness today is huge. Well, Coastside Mussar is like a secular approach to Jewish spirituality. It's a practice that helps us become better people, whether you believe in God or not. So check out Mussar anywhere you find it. But if you're not religiously inclined, or you just don't resonate so much with traditional Jewish theology, come check out Coastside Mussar. We offer a free 1-hour introduction via Zoom. And if it's something that's interesting to you and you want to learn how to practice it, you can register for our 4-week class. That's about 1 hour per week on Zoom, which will get you up and running and on your own. On your own or with a study partner. This is not the kind of thing where we're trying to get you hooked into some kind of long-term or expensive program or teacher training, with certification and training and everything. We're just here to show you that the practice of Mussar can be beneficial for anyone, whether you're Jewish or not Jewish, and whether you believe in God or not. Once you get it, you can go anywhere with it. Hey, see you out there.